Celebration is often misunderstood. People think it as a mechanism or a means to feel good with something that we have acquired, something we have achieved. So celebration has become more like a post-event activity. When you have done something, or you attained something, achieved something, and you want people to know that we attained it and we are celebrating the success of it. What if we tap in to the deepest knowing that the celebration is already there in the nature? We have to tap into it. There's a huge music of the nature. There are trees talking to each other. There is a wave created by nature. There is a bee's hum. There is a roar of the Om. There is several deep realizations when we tap into the depth of this nature. There's a celebration already happening because there is a harmony happening. This harmony of nature, which we have forgotten, once we tap into it, then we click into the very naturalized state within us. The naturalized state of realization will usher all the atomic structure within us to communicate with each other, and then there is an explosive awareness, an orgasmic, ecstatic state in the whole ground center. The whole atomic structure comes together and there is a union. It's called neural synchrony in the brain, atomic synchrony in the body, and that is true celebration. That's when all the cells vibrate at a highest frequency that they're capable of. That is celebration. Celebration is not going to a party and consumed in a state of abuse where you are denying the body the true essence of it by abusing ourselves with alcohol and head banging. That doesn't help us to actually access the celebration. That is a meek response to feel a sensory pleasure. I'm not talking of sensory pleasure here. I'm talking about ability for us to tap in to something more powerful, something more naturalized. What if you can experience the whole universe within your brain, all the stars, all the gateways, all the phenomenal celestial beings operating in your brain? And this is not hallucination. We are doing it right in complete conscious awareness, and that is supra-conscious awareness. When the brain has calibrated the gamma wave and there's a huge expansive awareness of the brain, it is recorded on the neurofeedback machines that the brain capacity has increased in terms of neural activity. There is a cohesion between the left and brain, the coherence between left and right. The celebration, it's a sign of unification. It's a sign of coming together, integration, and that is the celebration of coming to know that we are capable of being in a constant integrated awareness, and it is a perpetual state, it's a constant state. That level of clarity can we bring in our journey. And when celebration is a constant reminder that we are not come here to suffer, we are not come here to go through a journey of misery or sadness or tragedy, but we have come here to realize that we are divine beings in a human journey. We are capable of accessing the true power through us. We are capable of accessing the depth of the awareness, as we are the greatest emissaries of the source passing through this planet. We have come here on an eternal deathless holiday. The real death is of the ego. The body is just dropping. We are experiencing the true nature of ourselves. So the death is a great fiction. So automatically celebration becomes possible, because we are scared of what tomorrow offers us, and then we become stiff and limited and low bandwidth. The true celebration is knowing that we are eternal. True celebration is knowing that we are come here to express the divine in the most beautiful way, the most loving way, and something magical happens. There is a click within, and there is an explosiveness within, an orgasmic explosion within, and that is, to me, the best way we could experience the expansive awareness of the universe. We don't have to know all the planets or its dimensions of celestial objects and multiple universes at the same time, because we are not here to know everything. The universe within is complete in itself, and if you get a deep realization of the inner universe within and come to a clarity of this universe within, celebration is already happening. There is a depth which is so powerful that it will make you complete and make you so joyful causelessly, for the very realization that it is a constant state and this magic prevails. You are the greatest inspiration then passing through this planet. You can help others realize that it is possible, and that's when it makes it more and more meaningful, more joyful, more connectedness, more depth of knowingness, and that's when the celebration has truly matured enough to become a possible reality for so many other people. It's not about I feeling good and then I don't care about the rest of the world. It's not about personal gain. It's not about trying to feel sensory pleasure and feel disconnected from the rest of the universe. It's about coming together. Celebration to me is coming together, helping others understand that it is possible, that to come together. What does it take? What does it take for us to help and feel others? The biggest missing element in most of us is we are not able to feel for the other. Can we be happy for the other? Can we feel others' joys? Can we feel genuinely happy for somebody else's state of being? Can we enjoy somebody else's success? Can we allow ourselves to calibrate to such a depth that we are ready to celebrate for the other? And that's when it becomes expansive awareness, and that to me is celebration which is extended, which is proliferating itself. It is growing, and we have more and more depth of this awareness passing through this plane. One beautiful awakened master is able to connect to a sphere of influence that reaches 800,000 people. Such is the depth of a awakened master. So it doesn't mean it has to personally know 800,000 people, but just the sphere of influence can reach that many people. I get messages from strange people across the world whom I have never met, but they can feel the transmission happening to them just by their simple communication of an email or a telephonic conversation or just writing a message somewhere. So the transmission is evident, the celebration is evident. We are all one family. We have misunderstood it because we have felt a sense of disconnection. And coming together, that chord coming together of realization is celebration. And that celebration is so intense, so beautiful that you cannot live without it. And that becomes the driving force for you to make a difference to this world. In what way are we celebrating? Not by hedonism and not by feeling good for ourselves, but celebrate the very essence of nature, and it passes on as beautiful connections for each and one of us to feel for this planet, to feel grab the essence of this planet, allow the absorption to happen. It's called Grahana Shakti, ability to absorb, and that is truly a sense of depth of awareness penetrating through each one of us. It is a eye opener. It is a ability for us to connect so strongly that we can feel celebration is already happening. So we have become weak receivers, and that's why we are suffering. If you could tap into that awareness, celebration is constant. If you do not, then you have to go through a journey of suffering then to realize celebration. So let us short circuit this, cut over this path. The suffering is not a necessity. Suffering and celebration both are choices. If you want to choose suffering and pain, there's a long route. If you choose celebration, all you have to do is shed off all these baggages of immense ego trips, allow the emotional baggages to be dropped so that we can experience some purity, and from there becomes a glimpse for the higher knowing. Celebration becomes a pathway, a guided journey of knowingness.